I'm Ava, and I've spent the last 3 years of my life traveling solo to some of the world's most remote and offbeat places. From horse trekking alone in Mongolia, to living in Pakistan for a year, and spending the first 3 months of the pandemic stuck on a remote island off the coast of Yemen before making my way back home on a cargo ship, it's been one hell of an adventure. But recently, I decided it's time for a change. I've been dreaming of being completely free and independent with a little nest of my own. So I bought my dream truck, a Land Rover Defender, and started converting it into an off-road overlander / mini camper. In the previous episode, I set off on my very first shakedown trip to test the Defender and the build that we've created so far. I found a whole bunch of issues. In today's episode, I take the lessons from last week and give the Defender a proper expedition makeover. Work on the car has, of course, continued, and I'm really excited to show you some of the upgrades that we've gotten here because this thing is now looking like a proper expedition vehicle / tiny house. Because that's what it is. First of all, as you can see right above me, there's a new ceiling. So it's not actually going to end up looking like this because I'm going to be adding a ceiling lining made from really soft velvety fabric soon. So it's going to be a little bit different compared to what it is now. And then in addition to that, of course, we've got these cupboards on both sides. And these are just so handy and so useful because they are installed in a spot where I just wouldn't be using that space. So it's really awesome to have this extra storage. Really, really helpful. And last but not least, we've also got these shelves over there. And we're going to be installing another set on this side. So I'm going to have more shelves everywhere. And after we're done with this part, we're going to move on to electricity, power, heating, alarms, electronics, all that really, really fancy stuff that I don't know how to do, so I'm going to have to give Odyssey to a professional. I'm proud to announce that finally the entire car has been insulated. After a lot of mental and physical gymnastics, it's done. I got some really lovely velvety fabric to line the ceiling here, just to break up this sort of plywood style. And the real test is here, so I'm trying to see if the fabric will actually stick to the plywood using the glue that I have. So far, I don't know, but it's only been half an hour and apparently the glue takes 24 hours to work. I don't know why, but this part, cutting the fabric, makes me feel so stressed. So stressed. And here is the real test. Let's see if this thing fits on the ceiling. Ooh! Oh my god, I think it's... Oh no, are you kidding? I think it's just a little bit too short. No. This is not the professional way to do it, but I don't care. I'm not the professional in this video. Damn it! If I had only cut 1 centimeter extra, I wouldn't have this problem right now. Ready? Let's do this. This, I can already tell, is going to be a very delicate job that I should definitely not mess up. Gluing on the ceiling lining has definitely been a bit more physical exercise than I expected, but we're almost done and I can't wait to see the results. Everybody's been telling me from the other side of the car where they can actually see the progress that it's looking really good. Let me finish up and we'll take a look. And the roof lining is done. I haven't seen it yet. I'm about to turn around and take a first look. Yeah! Oh my god, that looks super cool. It's super professional. It looks like a home. Check this out. Really awesome. And when you touch it, it's so soft and cuddly. Who would have thought that a cuddly ceiling is all you need to put a smile on your face? When knew that cuddly ceilings were a thing. As you might remember, in episode 2 of the Defender series, I tried to make curtains for the truck. Now, as you may also remember, that didn't exactly work out very well. They were terrible curtains. So I've decided to just redo them from scratch with the skills that I had acquired first time around. So I am now making a beautiful new set of curtains in 2 colors and hoping that they turn out better than the last pair. If they don't, that means I should probably just give up on sewing. The next day, I was planning to drive to Germany to get some serious expedition-level gadgets added to the Defender, so it was time to go to sleep. It took me hours and hours the next day to get to Hanover in Germany, but I'll tell you all about that in just a minute. Fast forward to when I reached my campsite in Germany. Not every single day in overlanding life is glorious. As you can see, this is not the most beautiful of places. Not the most scenic of places, but I've got some cool company, it seems. There might be a dog in their van, which is awesome. I got myself some pizza. That is definitely glorious, and I'm sleeping out here. Guten Morgen. From a car park somewhere in Germany. Not the most romantic setting, but not the worst. Right, we've got a really big day ahead of us today. Actually, let me get changed and get back to you real quick. That's better. It's a bit chilly out here, which is weird, given that it's the middle of summer. But then again, we are in Germany. Not exactly a most tropical country. So, I've come all the way out here for a very specific reason. Odyssey here is giving a bit of a makeover in a very special workshop here in Hanover. In a very short while, it's going to look very, very different. I'm going to have a washroom, not a toilet, a shower, and a new bedroom and a bunch of other cool things. But first, let me tell you about the journey. Well, let's start with the first thing, which is that Google Maps told me it would take me 5.5 hours to get here. But since I am now the slowest car on the roads, it took me 8.5. Just on the German Autobahn, where everybody drives at 150 kilometers per hour, and I maxed out at 100. You know, it hurts the ego a little bit. So I have to remind myself that I may not be able to go fast, but I can go anywhere. Just realized this morning also that I don't actually have a mirror in here, so I'm using a side view mirror to do my morning routine, which may not be the best solution in the long term, but the thing that I am most excited about, today, that not only am I getting a whole new bedroom in the car, you'll see, I'll also have an actual shower very soon, which is super exciting because this has been an okay solution, but long term, I don't think this thing is gonna work. leave it better than you found it. Alright, it looks like I finally arrived. It looks so big and cool, and there's all these adventure cars outside. Oh my god, I'm so excited to see what it looks like on the inside and what the workshop is like. They must have so much cool stuff in there. I'm super excited to show you guys around the Front Runner showroom because this place honestly feels like a playground for adults. This is Odyssey before her makeover. Oh yeah, by the way, that's the name I gave to my Defender. Odyssey. We'll give her a proper christening next week though. Note how she looks right now. We took off the old roof rack to make space for a very special top rig from Front Runner. Next time you see her, she's going to look very different. Alright, here we've got Patrick, one of Front Runner's engineers. He's taking Odyssey away. Only for a couple of days though. She's about to undergo an almost complete transformation, so next time you see her, she's going to look really quite different. Later, Front Runner asked me to come back to pick up my Defender. I can hear her! I can hear her! Oh my god, she's coming, she's coming, she's there! This is an actual expedition vehicle! This is not just like any car! Check this out! Oh my god, look at this thing! I don't even know what this is for. I guess it's for getting the car out of trouble. I don't know, but there's a tent on here. There's a whole like beautiful giant roof rack. There's a marquee. There it is. And look at that. What is that? That is like survival kit, right?
It's a tank kit.
And check this out. What a beautiful tank on top. And an amazing light bar here. This is... Okay, she's ready for like every adventure. Any adventure. Right? Ah, thank you. All right. Ready for a tour? Let's do it. We got pretty far today, but this still isn't everything. After a couple of days in Germany, I drove back to Poland to get some more things fixed up. The final result will blow your mind, I swear. Today is a pretty big day because Odyssey has gone in for surgery here at Bio 4x4, which is off-road sort of service center here in Wrocław in Poland. So we are changing the fuel pump, which is a pretty big deal, and we are also removing the immobilizer because that has been causing me a lot of grief and stress over the last few weeks. So right now I honestly am feeling like a stressed out soccer mom, and I hope that everything goes well. But the upside is that I get to walk around and check out all these cool Land Rovers that they're fixing up here, and some of them are so amazing. Odyssey will be like them one day. Oh yeah, while I'm here, there's one more thing I really want to say, and it's that there's something I just didn't know about before getting the Defender. After publishing some of my videos about the car and about the conversion, I've been getting so many comments from Toyota Land Cruiser owners saying that I bought a piece of junk. Basically, to explain the context, there is a huge rivalry between the owners of Toyota Land Cruisers and the owners of Land Rover Defenders. Don't ask me why, I don't know, it's a thing, it's really a thing, and there's one thing I'd like to say to that. Chill. It's just a car. And also, one more thing. Defenders are so much better than Land Cruisers. Haha, I said it! I had asked them to do one very important thing for me, which is the mount for their drop-down tailgate table from Frontrunner. So this table is actually universal, so it can fit on, I believe, most cars' tailgate doors, but you need a custom frame, like a custom mount, and that's what Rayo did for me. It's super cool. It's looking really nice, really professional, just like perfectly composed with the tailgate table. So I am super excited. All right, well, I guess it's time for me to drive into some fields somewhere with epic music in the background and show you just how awesome this expedition vehicle is looking right now. Let's go. To my new bedroom. This tent is so cool. I have been dreaming of this setup for such a long time, and obviously up here I am safe from bears, snakes, wolves, maybe even people. In any case, this is a spot from which I can observe the world and just enjoy it. Next step, setting up the living room. Oh my god! It's going live! So when you fold all of these things out, the tent honestly just looks like a beautiful flower, and then the awning makes everything huge and it looks like an apartment. And I still need to show you how I set up the shower cabin, which is one of the most exciting parts of this whole shebang. Let's do this. Here is my shower arm, and it extends out like so. There's people on motocross bikes here. Sorry about the noise. Anyway, next step, the wood. Okay, here we've got the shower magic. A bunch of pipes. And of course, a very important item for privacy, a curtain. Too good. It's so good, in fact, that I'm not going to show you the shower cabin just yet. I'm gonna have to make a whole episode dedicated to the theme of how I shower living in my Land Rover Defender, coming in a month or so. Make sure you tune in. Make sure you subscribe. Hit that subscribe button. Don't miss it. It's gonna be fun. In addition to the amazing tent, the awning, the shower, the max tracks that you saw on the side of the truck, we also added a couple more things to the Defender to make it an actual livable space. So you've seen the tailgate table, which is like one of my favorite things about the car, but there's a couple more things. Let me show you. Very cool feature that we added that's going to come in handy in really remote areas, or if I'm going, you know, into the countryside or into the mountains for several days at a time, is this water tank that we built into the underside of the car, so it doesn't actually take up any space. It's really cleverly installed and built in. And here we've got a little vent inside my kitchen compartment. That's where I'm going to be pouring water in. And here is a little tap where I'm going to be getting the water out. It's pretty smart. Another super cute little gadget that is insanely smart because it takes up no space, but is probably super useful, is this. This is an actual barbecue grill kind of thing. So you take this off. So, for example, if you're a veggie like me, you can put some veggies and cheese on this side, separate it from the meat for someone else if they eat meat. And here you can just have this space for keeping things warm and storing them. So clever. And then it just goes back up on the wheel, and you hope that it doesn't fall off. And so that's it. You've seen it now. This is my overlanding rig, my expedition vehicle. I spent the last 6 or 7 weeks converting the Defender into this expedition machine, into a livable space, and honestly, I'm ready to go. I know it's not very long. I know it's not a long time. There's people who spend years turning their vehicles into, proper rigs, but I just came to the conclusion that while I could spend months just tinkering with every little detail, changing things, adding things, I'm just so happy with what I have here today. It's more than enough. I don't need anything else. In fact, I don't even want anything else. All I want is to go. Because that's the point of having a car like this, isn't it? To go. So, I'm about to go. And it's gonna be so good! In the next episode, I'm going to be moving into the Defender full time. I'm going to have to add a few more essentials to make the truck a livable space, like power, heating, and maybe a toilet? You'll see all of that next week. But most importantly, I'm about to set off on my first expedition. If you want to follow along, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Keep exploring, and I'll see you in the next episode of the Defender series. Oh yeah, 2 more little things at the end. If you're wondering about those wonderful drone shots, who took them? Well, actually the drone took them itself. Most drones today, DJI drones anyway, have this automatic setting where you can set the drone to rotate around a specific point of interest, and it just does it automatically. So that's how. And then secondly, very, very importantly, Defenders is still way cooler than Land Cruisers. Alright, that's it.